Well, we're going to call this part 2. This is called the Cairo. I don't know if you can read this. But these ironclad ships were important in the Civil War. And this one was on an expedition. As you can see, perhaps historians believe the Confederates detonated the mines called torpedoes electrically. Others think the underwater mines were strung on a line across the channel. When the Cairo hit the line, her forward motion pulled the torpedoes against the side of the boat where they detonated. So you're seeing here the holes torn into the boat, and it quickly sank in 36 feet of water. No lives were lost, and the crew was recovered by nearby vessels. But I think this was just kind of interesting in that you're looking at an ironclad. Naval military was crucial in the Gulf, in the eastern coast, certainly in the Mississippi. So I think they have done a good job of trying to remodel this as it might have been. Cannon in the rear. Of course, you can see the side. This was steam propelled. So cannon in the fore and the aft, the lee and the starboard.
This were poor guys from the north, people from other countries, and freed slaves who wanted a new start.
I don't think we're gonna walk out to the National Cemetery because you can't drive through it. So I'm just going to share with you a little bit about the cemetery. As I had mentioned in part 1, 17,000 federal soldiers buried here. 13,000 are unknown, and it was established in 1866. Also, the final resting place for veterans of the Spanish-American War and World War I and II and the Korean conflict, much as you saw in the National Cemetery in New Orleans.
Isn't this where the most Civil War soldiers are buried?
Yeah. Many Confederates who died in the siege are buried in the nearby Cedar Hill Cemetery. So that gives you an idea of the hills covered in tombstones, and it continues on through here. We won't take a walk out under the cemetery to look at any of the grave sites, but I think you see one, you see them all. Okay, that's part 2.